No official maps ever marked what lay beneath the bombed-out school of Novorivka. To the world, it was nothing more than shattered bricks and twisted steel, just another casualty of war. But beneath the rubble, hidden behind a sliding concrete wall, existed a prison so secret that not even satellites had detected it, a place built not to hold criminals, but to erase people. Prisoners arrived in unmarked vans at night, blindfolded and silent. Their names were taken from them at the door and replaced with numbers. They were led down steep stairs into darkness where smells of rust and damp concrete clung heavy in the air. No one welcomed them, no one explained anything. The only sound was the echo of distant weeping and the scrape of boots on stone. Inside the underground corridors, welded steel doors lined narrow hallways lit by flickering lights. Each cell held little more than a narrow cot, a dripping pipe for water, and walls covered with scratched names, dates, and prayers. Time lost meaning here. Prisoners learned to count days not by calendars but by screams by who was taken for questioning and who never returned. One of these captives was prisoner 109, a former schoolteacher named Ivan Kovac, ironically taken beneath the same school where he once worked. Accused falsely of spying, Ivan entered the prison innocent and terrified, but he soon learned that truth carried no weight underground. Survival depended not on justice, but on silence and obedience. Whispers traveled through ventilation pipes and tapping signals. An old prisoner known as Number 47 revealed the truth. The prison was only a waiting room. Beneath it existed something worse, deeper tunnels where prisoners were sent and never returned. Ivan dismissed the rumors at first, until one night the ground shook beneath his feet, and the sound of hammering echoed from far below. Ivan noticed guards increasingly focused around a locked maintenance hatch near the laundry corridor. Prisoners taken near that area were gone forever. Sometimes, faint moans seeped up through cracks in the floor, unnatural sounds that no interrogation could produce. Something monstrous existed below, and it was hungry for human bodies. Because Ivan spoke multiple languages, he was forced into translating interrogations for incoming foreign detainees. His body escaped torture, but his mind was destroyed. He interpreted screams. He converted confessions beaten out of the innocent into official documents of lies. Every word he translated stained his conscience, yet he remembered everything. Hope arrived in the voice of Alina Volkov, an engineer prisoner working in the lower tunnels. Through ventilation pipes, she explained the terrible truth. Beneath the prison lay Cold War freight tunnels being reopened to uncover forgotten chemical weapons vaults, illegal stockpiles buried decades ago. Prisoners were forced to dig and transport toxic material until radiation and exposure killed them. Alina knew of ventilation shafts that connected to old drainage tunnels leading to the surface beyond the town. The mission became clear: not just escape, but exposure. Using forged ID swaps during routine transfers, Ivan traded positions with labor replacements while Alina slipped upward for medical screening. The plan was risky, and guards were already growing suspicious. Sirens blared the night Ivan descended into the lower tunnel. What he saw was hell. Exhausted men in cracked respirators pushing rusted carts past glowing radiation symbols, bodies abandoned along rail tracks, chemical vault doors stamped with classified Cold War markings. This was systematic murder disguised as labor. Within minutes, guards flooded the shafts. Ivan reached the final ventilation crossroads, the doorway to freedom, but then he heard Alina scream above. Guards had caught her trying to escape. Ivan turned back. He grabbed a concealed demolition charge meant to collapse unstable rock passages and triggered it inside the main tunnel shaft. Explosions tore through the underground complex. Steel buckled, concrete fell, ventilation reversed, forcing toxic smoke upward. Sections of the tunnel sealed permanently behind Ivan, trapping pursuing guards and halting transport routes forever. Above ground, smoke burst from forgotten drainage wells miles away, visible proof of the buried nightmare. Rescue teams followed the smoke to the hidden shafts and uncovered what satellites never could: living survivors stumbling from the earth alongside bodies of the dead. Journalists filmed the vaults, the tunnels, the emissions equipment. Governments were forced to acknowledge decades of secrecy, and the prison beneath the rubble was exposed to the world. Ivan never emerged from the collapse. Alina later testified that he stayed behind intentionally to block soldiers long enough for others to escape. His body was never recovered, only his memory survived within the notes he had memorized from prison walls. Prisoner numbers, disappearance dates, and coordinates of hidden vaults that led investigators to more secret sites. Today, the destroyed school of Novorivka remains sealed: no reconstruction, no signage, just rusted swings and quiet wind. Locals claim that when the evening grows still, faint tapping can be heard beneath the soil, not the sound of rebuilding, but of counting the names of those who vanished in the secret prison beneath the rubble, reminding the world that some truths are buried deep, and only sacrifice brings them into the light.